Hello and welcome to our final round lead card coverage from the 2018 MVP Open at Maple Hill. We are here in Massachusetts on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Big Sexy commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And look at this card here. Ricky Wysocki, multiple winner of this event. Paul McBeth, the best round ever shot on this course at 45. Calvin Heimburg and James Conrad. This is a big throwing card, as you just have come to expect now at all final round league cards in the Disc Golf Pro Tour. But this course has all the technicality to balance out that distance.
You're going to need it all. And if you haven't seen Calvin yet, he's a young guy out of Florida. Long thrower, well-rounded player, great putter. Definitely has the skills to keep up, as he's shown by making the final day lead card.
Ricky Wysocki!
And you've got to imagine Ricky has all the confidence in the world. Just shot 13 under, 1108 rated, 46.
1 under, then 13 under. So he's improving by 12 per round at this rate.
Let's see if he can do that again. 25 under. It's
beautiful.
A tall task.
Gonna need an ace here. He's got the speed on it. Can it hold the carry? If it can go 835 and break hard right. Oh, no, it's going left. That was close. He had me believe it. Beautiful shot, though, right on the road. He's loving that spot.
Oh, there's no better place to be than right there on that road in the flat spot. No trees in the way. And this crowd, how ruckus was this crowd?
They were loving it.
Incredible. The parking guys were saying, you know, we normally have a full lot at 3 o'clock. They had a full lot at 1 o'clock.
Wow.
Well before the lead card was going off. So weather this weekend was perfect.
Yes.
Competition was high. I mean, just perfect setup for an incredible last round.
Great shot from Paul. Big, wide play. Bouncing on the wind a little bit. Finds the road. Calvin took, I believe... No, I think he was in the distance finals. I don't think... I was going to say he tied for second, but I think that was some other competitors. But he was in that distance final. So definitely one of the longer throwers here in the field.
Mm-hmm. And that's just a nice reserved... distance control shot with an old pre-Avery destroyer.
Whoa. If over most of the trees, he should be okay there.
That's a great spot still. It's not as good as Paul and Ricky's. James, look at this guy. Man of the people.
He's got that blue destroyer ready to go.
One of the top, I'd say top 10 distance players on tour, I feel like.
Yeah.
This is a guy who gets his whole body into this shot, as you guys are probably familiar with by now. It's always fun to watch him throw.
And that's a nice result there. I think he's a little short of where Paul and Rick are, but pretty good place to be. Try to turn a putter over here. Ooh, this needs a little love. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a great result.
That is a missed shot, but very fortunate. Exactly. That's a great result there inside the circle. Difficult green to attack with a backhand putter approach.
And here is Calvin. Going with the forehand. Needs a big skip. Getting it. Oh yeah.
Yes,
perfect
sir.
Speed. That is a great shot.
Look at these two drives within about 6 feet of one another.
Is this too high?
It is. He has gone out of bounds.
Should be a fairly easy saving putt. Oh yeah. For his par, but unfortunate there. Kind of just stabled up on him. Keep probably going to a harp.
Yep.
And he's at circle's edge, maybe actually even a little inside.
And we've got 3 shots inside the circle. Actually, all 4 are inside the circle. Paul, obviously, with the extra out-of-bounds stroke. And James is in for his birdie. Great start. Good job taking advantage of the fortunate break there he had getting through the corner.
Mm-hmm. Ricky in for birdie.
Ricky's one of those guys that when he feels comfortable, when he has a little bit of separation from the field, that's when those 2 to 3 stroke leads turn into 6, 7, insurmountable 8 stroke leads.
And that happened exactly what he would want, For Ricky, it's perfect. Paul making the only mistake.
Right.
He ends up growing his lead to 2 right away out of the gate. So that's a great way to kind of let that first sigh of relief kind of come out and really settle into your game plan. Hole 2, par 3, 350 straight up the gut. Stone wall on the entire right side playing out of bounds. That's the main hazard here. Some trees on the left. If you go in there, you ought to be able to make a save. Let's see what Ricky's got.
I think that's an Explorer, but I'm not 100% sure. That's a misrelease there.
Not great. Shouldn't be a huge problem for his 3, but here's Calvin. I'm thinking T-Bird here. That's my official guess for what Calvin's throwing. Little kick down into the creek. Not OB, probably 60-foot putt.
That looks like a wide rim. Maybe I don't know if that's a destroyer or not, but he's put a lot of angle on it. This is also too wide. We have 3 in a row that didn't quite have that Anheuser needed to make the gap and flatten up towards the basket, but that's also the safest play. If you put too much Anheuser, obviously that ball comes in play really quick, so we'll file that under aggressive safe play. And Paul with a nice line, but just not quite the right height.
But I think he made circle 1.
Yeah, he certainly looks to have
had good speed on it. Here's Rick. Nice layup there. And you can see how tricky this can get. James going to a forehand roller.
And this is a player who is self-admittedly in the bottom 5 of all sidearm players on tour, having to go with a sidearm roller.
Sidearm putter roller, he's way out of the bottom 5 on that shot alone. Calvin just low. You can see that smooth delivery, no jumper from that range.
Yeah. And Paul collecting the birdies. That one stroke that Ricky got extra there on Paul is erased there on hole 2.
I know I've said it before, but I just feel like it's uncanny how often when the solo guy to lose a stroke takes it right back on the next hole. I feel like it happens so often.
That is an interesting point.
I'm sure it happens more than you would think mathematically, just because you feel that pressure. You get in the zone, you're like, come on, that's enough of that. And the other guys maybe relax a little, I don't know.
What are we going to call this step? Is this the Riz step?
I don't, did he invent it? He might.
No,
I don't know.
There's no way you can invent a dance or a walk at this time.
Someone has done it, but I don't know how you do it.
Okay.
Hole 3, par 3, 410 feet. This is the James Conrad special. This hole requires perfect accuracy with big power and shot shaping, and those are really his calling cards. So we'll see if he can give us something to drop our jaws this time.
Paul has overturned it, but got a very favorable result there inside circle 2.
Not to say that all of these guys aren't perfectly capable of threading this hole. But
It's exactly what it sounded like you were saying.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what I meant. I don't know. No, they can definitely do it. Ricky had a tough shot there. He's kicking to the right. It's just that James, when I think James, I think a hole like this.
Sure.
This is not looking good.
Well,
But can it sneak?
oh,
Yes.
wow.
That's very fortunate.
That's a very, very good result.
All right, James, I built you up pretty big here. So
I have no doubt. Yeah,
show me something.
Just flawless.
Wow, yeah. See,
Flawless.
Some guys have a knack for commentary. I guess I'm one of those guys.
Shut up.
Some guys have a knack for
I
wood
knew
souls.
you were going to call that right. So what does that mean?
Well, you're a good support guy. Oh no, Ricky!
Tricky Ricky.
Wow,
getting
he goes
tree
long, scattering the gallery.
Yep.
That's not what he's looking for. He's gonna have a huge putt left to save his 3.
all of a sudden that comfort level, the lead is, especially with Paul having a long look for 2.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? I mean, having a 2-stroke lead and 2 holes later, now you're trailing. That would be a big hit to the confidence.
Paul for the birdie here. Ooh.
Just off the top.
Ricky from 52 going uphill.
Wow. Okay, sit.
Oh boy.
Sit. Sit. Down. Oh no. Oh no.
Wow.
This appears to be about the same distance. Wow, and not the way that we thought it would happen, perhaps.
No, but that is 5, very likely 5 now.
But he's still got a little bit of distance left, and James takes advantage.
Jams it. Great birdie.
I mean, we should have a FollowFlight remix from round 1 that's almost the same exact putt, same distance.
That's awesome. And Ricky takes double bogey. 5, errant upshot, bad roll away. That's a tough one.
And this early stretch here is really when you want to compile your birdies. Hole 3, incredibly tough hole. Hole 2, tough birdie, but right there in front of you. And then 4 and 5, those are 2 birdies you'd like to pick up, and we'll see how he can bounce back after that rough start.
Definitely. Calvin in for par. McBeth into the lead.
I'm excited to watch Calvin today just because he's a player who's got all the skill in the world. If you've been paying close attention to the tour, you know Calvin Heimburg's name, but we haven't seen him on the lead card at an event this size, I don't think, to date. So this is going to be a good chance to see what the young kid has, especially in the tighter woods where he usually excels.
Absolutely.
In the longer open shots.
Yeah. Hole 4 is par 3, 250 straight downhill with the OB water behind. Backhand up the middle, forehand around the outside. These guys, I think, are mostly going to go up the middle. James is going to show us this jump putt play.
And I just don't get that. So freaking good. No wobbles, all the way down there inside the circle.
Sweet.
I love that play. I just don't know if I have that, if I even have the right disc for that.
I don't know how that wrist work.
Right? And this is a play that I've seen Paul go with quite a bit. Going with a lot of hyzer on this hill to play for the counter skip, which he tends to get. Even though there's a ton of roots and anything can happen, he somehow knows where to hit.
Whoa,
Okay.
I think that's a misrelease.
You can't call it a misrelease when it's inside the circle like that.
Well, you can,
No.
but you might be wrong. I don't know if he's going for a wide hyzer. I haven't seen many players attempt that.
Yeah.
I'll say that much, but I'm not going to put it past him.
Sure.
Ricky showing us the forehand Annie, and that's hit an early tree.
And that's what that play brings in. It brings in trees, and more often than not, you see the disc plinko its way down inside the circle putting area. But not this time. It's got to kick off to the right, and he's almost out of even long distance attack range.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's... We're going to get a NoMez here as Rick thinks... Oh, yeah, that's in. That's in. No.
Oh, look at the height.
One of the best NoMez's ever.
Wow. I know that feeling.
Is Paul going for a yes-mez?
Wow. NoMez into a SloMez. Big time putt.
And just like that, Paul with a 2-stroke advantage over Ricky. But only 1 over James.
James came to play.
3 down through 4. Wow.
Wow. Ricky takes the only par, and just like that, he's last on the card.
Wow. Would not have seen that through 4.
No way. That's just crazy. Hole 5, par 3, 285, over the water the whole way. You've got to clear the wall, get up inbounds, or else you're going to the drop zone. This guy right here on the left has been swimming. I heard he came all the way from California.
Paid his own way out here.
I wish I knew his name right now, but
Mark.
There we go. Mark, swimming every day. He must have pulled 1,000 discs at least.
Oh, no doubt. Funny story. Henry Childress was in the looking through the discs and found one of Mark's discs in the lost discs pile.
Oh, nice.
He showed Mark and he said, "I lost that disc 10 years ago." So they're still coming out.
Wow. Perfect shot from James there.
It looks like he's going to be going 4 down through 5, continuing that really hot start.
Paul, any trees available? No, he's going to have a very scary putt.
And by rule, that guy cannot move. Paul must putt with the guy right there.
Oh, man, they should change that.
They should change that.
Maybe
rule.
they will before they get up to the green.
I know there's people that don't know all the rules of disc golf. That was a made-up rule, and I apologize if I confused you.
That was an absolutely made-up rule. That
Perfect
guy
shot.
has to move.
Yeah, exactly. It would be great if he was not there by the time they get up there.
Great shot by Calvin. Ricky going to follow that line.
A little bit.
Whoa, off the flag.
Was that flag?
I believe it was.
Wow. That'll slow the disc down.
Nice shot. Okay, Paul, this is a death putt if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and he has to be careful with that. Elevating this basket has brought that OB behind the basket into play. Ricky in for his birdie.
Here he goes, right in the ship a little bit.
Okay. And there's going to be a 3-way tie at the top here at 15 down, as long as Calvin can tap in this birdie and James follows up. And the action is getting hot, guys and girls.
This is what I came here to see.
Yep. I do commentary for a couple reasons. One of them is to see battles like this on my favorite course in the country.
This is
sweet.
This is shaping up to be a memorable round. Hole 6, par 3, 375, down the tunnel, OB Stonewall on the right side, OB Water on the left side. It's the scariest hole at Maple Hill.
Wow. And for the first time all week, it has actually become the hardest hole according to par, even though hole 9, which is by all takes a par 4, this par 3 has a higher scoring average than hole 9, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, yep.
3.8.
Oh, James is in trouble here, but he sneaks through.
Oh, that is not a good kick.
That is not good, but he snuck through. I mean, he'll take it because he missed the fairway, and he got all the way there.
That's 2 times. 2 breaks for James so far, 1 in hole 1 and now here on 6.
Oh, young Vinny is going places.
No! Not just out of bounds, way out of bounds.
Almost. Oh, that really looked good, too. If that could just miss that tree, that could be a special shot. There's a thin line on this hole between fantastic and disaster, and this is more on the disaster side. This is going too far right. Can the trees save him?
Wow, Tricky Ricky with the tree kicky back in bounds.
Oh, that is a nice break. That was going out for sure without tree help.
I had heard that yesterday Holly Finley threw one out over the wall. It was clearly out of bounds. Rolls back up the wall in bounds.
Wow, that seems impossible.
It does. There are spots.
And Paul is down there. That might almost be an open look.
Yeah, there's going to be a way for him to look at the pin from there. Some sort of Anheuser over the top shot, but he'll have a look.
And Calvin needs to get a save here. This looks pretty decent. That's a bad kick, though.
That angle from where he is there is almost impossible. You almost have to go with like a forehand Anheuser to be able to shape the fairway. Like you're seeing Ricky here. Ricky that should be fine. Right. Yeah, it's further away than it looks there on camera, but it's still inside the circle.
And look at James. You can just see the corner of the cage there. Look how small these gaps are.
And smart play. He didn't try to do anything too tricky to get near the pin. Found the one gap that was actually big enough for the disc to hit comfortably. Laid himself up for a good 23 to 25.
Just trust his putt to get him out of this situation.
And Paul out of his hand. Knew it was pushed right.
Let's see what Calvin has.
He might have the V putt.
Looks like an extreme hyzer.
That's going to be a 5. Tough break for Calvin.
Ricky makes a nice 3.
Good save there. And Jomez.
Clutch.
Great par there.
It's pretty rare you can have a disappointing par. Paul might have one on this hole.
Yeah.
This hole, usually you're just so happy. He got down there far enough that I think he was probably looking for a little more.
Sure.
And that's a shake-up on our leaderboard.
Yep, that makes things up a little. Got a small straight, 13, 14, and 2 at 15, I believe.
I think so.
Yep.
Hole 7, 370, tunnel shot going uphill. Very bad rough on both sides. Probably the right side is a little bit more manageable than the left. We're going all the way up to the gold basket as always, and these guys are going to be throwing fairway drivers, backhand up the middle, just trying to get that little bit of turnover and find that left side of the green.
And James has a Nate Perkins night strike,
Nice call there.
and he is going straight up the middle. Oh, one tree kick,
but it's still
inside the
circle
circle.
1.
I mean, it hit the tree hard. That was going to be well past the basket.
Base run, maybe.
Unreal. What a great shot from James.
Oh, and Ricky is off the fairway early and taking a big kick, though that got a lot of flight. I think he might be okay from there. That's way off the fairway,
Yep.
but if you had to be way off the fairway, you would take long right.
Yep, way long right is fine. The trees definitely get thinner up there, but you never like seeing the disc just kick 90 degrees any direction on this hole.
Ooh.
That was so close to being
The
perfect.
already has 2 birdies on this hole for the tournament. It's looking like he's going to have to work to get number 3.
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
And that's not quite as far as Rick, I bet. That's going to be a little bit worse.
man, this hole is just so brutally honest. It just keeps you honest. If you are at all off your line, you get exposed.
Oh, and Rick
Every
does
time.
catch some branches there. He's going to have a long putt.
Look
Here's Calvin. It's just
Jeez.
branches everywhere.
Close your eyes and throw. Actually, you probably should keep them open. But
I think he probably kept those open, and it's worked.
Wow.
It's worked for him.
what an approach shot from Calvin. That thing was very overstable, and he just threw on this high corked over Anheuser line.
Oh, looking for that birdie.
Wow.
Wow, he was really bidding that.
No doubt. That was the right height and looked like it had the right curve.
Ricky for a par. Just misses it. And James is, if he makes this, I mean, he already was on fire, but this is, wow, this is, he's getting about as hot as Ricky was
Yeah.
yesterday.
Sure. 5 down through 7.
You don't see that very often.
And he's got a 1-stroke lead on Paul, and that's only if Paul makes this putt, which he does.
Nice putt there.
And Rick has an uncomfortable distance left for his bogey, actually. So, I mean, things can really shape up strange here. Oh, my
The
God.
season is over, and it is time to order your 2019 Pro Tour trading cards. Top 50 MPO, top 15 FPO, plus our limited release specialty cards. Pre-orders are guaranteed at least one limited release specialty card in each pack or deck.
And Ricky,
With
double
his second
bogey.
double bogey on the front 9.
Through 7 holes.
Wow. Hole 8, over the water, 320-foot par 3. We're shooting straight ahead. One of the easier holes on the course, but obviously you make a mistake with that water and you're taking a 4 at best. These guys are going to go probably backhand mid-ranges. Ricky will take a forehand. Or putter. James will go putter, let's say.
Oh, for sure. Hi, that's a James Conrad
James
signature
loves
series. I believe it is, at least. Actually, no, it's just
It's just still JK.
it's hard to tell because they actually have a very
They
similar
do
stance.
look
to
a lot the same.
The only difference, one's got the flowing hair.
Paul's been switching discs around. I'm not sure what he's throwing now. He's been using a lot of different discs here.
Wow, just enough speed to get over the rock wall and catches a root or something on the ground to stop it within 15 feet. Great shot there from Paul to lead for a very easy birdie.
Calvin would like to see a little more flip here. Missed the trees. Yep. Inbounds might be a tricky putt, but he's not really putting at the water at all, so that's a silver lining. They want another ace from Ricky. Wow.
Almost gave it to him.
Great shot. Let's see that one more time. Did this split the trees at the very end?
It almost has to.
I don't know if we're going to see it from this angle, but...
Oh, it looks like he came just in front. Mike usually puts like a little yellow ticker if it goes behind a tree.
Yeah, beautiful.
And if one human has ever looked like an ostrich more than Calvin Heimburg, I want you to show
In
it
that
to me.
moment, I can't imagine it.
It's an inside joke. It goes back. I'm not just being mean.
Wow, James.
This guy's made out of molten lava. No fear. Downhill putt towards the water.
Already 3 Circle 2 makes. 3 out of 3.
Awesome.
Ball's not going anywhere, though. Star frame for the group. That's how it's done. Hole 9, par 3, 420 feet, blind shot up and over this significant rise, and then going down to the right and onto an island green. So these players are probably going to go with slight turnovers or forehands off the tee, trying to find the bottom of the hill and set yourself up for kind of a long jump putt to the basket and get an easy 3 out of it. Really not much opportunity to make a birdie too.
That is a JK AVR that James is throwing. Let's just go ahead and start calling them JC AVRs for now. I mean, that's what they... It's just he's the guy that's keeping these things.
Look at this roll.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, you take all of that.
Oh, and Paul hits the one tree. There's one tree you need to get around. That's the one everyone's looking at when they're throwing their shot. And he just barely catches it. He should still be okay. Calvin's tracking a little too right.
A little kiss would be nice right now.
Yes.
And yeah, he got it. I gotta give Paul a shout out though, because there is a tree just off to the left side of the fairway that has been called the Paul McBeth tree because he hit it for a number of years. It's the first tree on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul has missed it all 3 rounds, so good for him.
Time to rename it.
And
That's
yeah.
a nice little roll too. These guys really know how to control these discs on this slope.
Yeah.
They all rolled favorably back out to the middle, setting up a very easy approach. Paul's the only one with work really to do here. Going with the Nova, awkward stance. It's got a good snap on it. I think that's got the distance easily.
Great shot there. Is this gonna... Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
The tree's on his side. I think it was good either way, but what a shot.
That is so difficult. Awkward stance, tiny gap, tiny green, downhill elevation.
Ricky's thinking about making this.
Yeah.
He's right there.
4 strokes back from James. I mean, we've only got
It happens so
holes.
fast.
Yeah, 9.5 holes left, and he's not showing any signs of slowing down. Another tap in. Got to give a shout out. There was 1-2 a day on this hole. Yesterday, Nate Perkins, second shout out on the front 9.
Nice.
I probably should have said that after Calvin missed.
It's all right.
I should have said that after Calvin missed.
This looks like some easy threes for the group.
Yeah, you're never going to see 4 easier birdies. That's...
Pars, really, but
Oh, yeah.
it's tough.
Come on.
It's tough.
Call a birdie a birdie.
I hit a little chain on my second shot here yesterday.
Yeah? Did it go in?
It sure didn't. It actually skipped pretty far.
Nate Perkins, not Nate Sexton.
Nate Perkins didn't hit any chains. It just went in.
Just
There you have it. James Conrad, absolutely the story. 22 on the front is ridiculous. He is shooting amazing right now from 3 strokes back to a 1-shot lead. Tune in for that back 9.
There are several players all within 5 strokes, which seems like it's a lot, but this course throws some crazy things, some out of bounds, and some really tricky shots coming up in the back 9. Anything can happen. This is going to be a really exciting finish.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning into our coverage from the MVP Open. Please make sure you're subscribed to Jomez. Leave a comment on the videos. If you want to win that guy, where they need a comment.
Front 9, or as I call it, the frizzle nizzle.
And I'll just say back 9 for the blue one.
That's
back
the dizzle
9.
Dizzle nizzle.
Okay. But yeah, make sure you comment and subscribe. Get a chance to win these autographed discs. These are S-Line DDXs. These are going to fly far, doubly far, thanks to these 2 signatures.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to see you guys at the World Championships in Vermont.